But the world, you see, like, is a vast place.
You know, the continent, we've been able to do some dope stuff. You know?
Dans le rap africain, bien sûr, surtout.
There's the movement of hip-hop, R&B music, house music, all that coming out of not only South Africa, but the continent in general is just amazing right now.
I was surprised how big this scene is in Africa. When I did a tour over there, and the DJ before me played so many hip-hop records and so many Afrobeats, both that I never heard before, but had the club rocking. That is such a huge scene.
C'est le hip-hop en tant que culture ou en tant que musique, si on parle du rap, dans une certaine partie du monde, aux États-Unis peut-être, les gens samplaient du funk, enfin de la musique de chez eux, si tu veux. Nous, on a fait pareil avec les ingrédients de chez nous.
Regardless where you from, you know, it's where you at.
Comfortably sitting on my sofa, smoking, floating on this fan air, reflecting on the storm. So far, I'm so far from where I come from, so far from it all.
The hip-hop journey in Algeria began in the mid-80s, early 90s, influenced by the global spread of hip-hop culture, especially from France, which had a strong cultural connection with Algeria due to its colonial history. Algerian youth in urban areas, particularly in big cities like Alger and Oran, began to embrace hip-hop as a means of expressing their frustrations with economic hardship, political corruption, and social inequality, issues that were deeply felt after the country's independence from France in 1962 and the Civil War of the 90s. In the early years, Francophone rap was particularly influential in Algeria, as many young people were exposed to French rap artists like MC Solar and I.Am. However, Algerian rappers soon began to develop their own distinctive style, blending hip-hop with local musical traditions and languages such as Arabic, Berber, and Darija, a form of Algerian Arabic. During the 90s, hip-hop in Algeria increased in popularity thanks to prominent French rap groups with African and Arabic members, some from Algeria such as Le 113, Sniper, MBS, Hintik, and more. Hip-hop became a tool for Algerian marginalized youth to express their frustration against the state of the country, particularly in the aftermath of the war, which left many young people hopeless with the government and traditional power structures. A well-known example is the youth protest of October 90 against the cost of living, which had prominent rappers like members of the group Inti voicing up their feelings in music. In the 2000s and 2010s, many Algerian hip-hop artists exported themselves to France, which helped Algerian hip-hop to grow in popularity, with artists like Soul King, Khaled, and L'Algerino gaining national and international recognition. These newer artists mixed hip-hop with Rai, a popular Algerian music genre, and reggae principally, creating a fusion that appealed to younger audiences while staying true to their cultural roots. Algerian hip-hop also became a tool for activism, with many rappers using their platform to speak out on societal issues. Today, hip-hop in Algeria remains a powerful form of expression for the youth, with the genre continuing to evolve and influence not only music but also fashion, language, and youth culture in general in Algeria and across the broader northern African region. The Algerian hip-hop scene includes both native Algerians and Algerians abroad who have contributed much to its popularity, especially in France, where many of them are considered an important part of the French hip-hop scene. However, the local scene is less well known internationally, but despite this fact, it is still among the most developed in Africa and the Arab world. Hip-hop in Egypt began to spawn in the early 90s, influenced by the global spread of the genre in the United States and its popularization in neighboring Arab countries. Different figures started experimenting with hip-hop, but it is difficult to find traces of anything relevant happening for the genre in the country during this decade. In the early 2000s, the rock band K-Rocky, formed in 2003, gained significant recognition for blending hip-hop with rock and other genres, creating a unique sound that resonated with Egyptian youth. The 2010s marked a crucial turning point for Egyptian hip-hop, as the whole country was agitated with the 2011 Egyptian revolution. Rappers became increasingly vocal about local issues and the need for change, using hip-hop as a platform for protest, challenging the government, corruption, censorship, and the suppression of freedoms under Hosni Mubarak's regime. Among the most vocal we have artists like MC Amin who gained popularity around that time. The youth-driven revolutionary movement found a natural ally in hip-hop as it became an outlet for expressing dissent and organizing grassroots support. After the revolution, Egyptian hip-hop continued to grow, with a new generation of independent artists emerging, particularly in Cairo, Alexandria, and other urban centers. Hip-hop became a key tool for expressing deception with both the post-revolution military regime and the subsequent instability in the country. New York artists like Marwan Moussa, Rabbi Youssef, and Wakes began to gain recognition with their raw and censored lyrics addressing topics from social inequality to life in modern Egypt. These artists, influenced by trap, often merge hip-hop with electronic and diverse influences, creating a dynamic and evolving scene. Today, Egyptian hip-hop is a thriving scene that continues to reflect the complexities of modern Egyptian society. While a good part of the music remains political and critical of the government, many newer artists are also exploring personal themes such as love, relationships, and social identity. The genre has diversified, with artists incorporating regional sounds, blending traditional Egyptian music with contemporary beats, and experimenting with new styles like trap and drill. The genre's mainstream popularity is evident, with Egyptian rappers being featured in major media outlets and collaborating with artists from across the Arab world and beyond. Hip-hop in Egypt has evolved from a niche subculture into a significant part of the country's cultural fabric, offering a space for expression, social critique, and identity formation. Despite facing challenges and limitations like censorship, it continues to thrive, with young Egyptians using it as a powerful tool for change and creativity. When it comes to Libya, hip-hop has had a more complex and evolving history than other Arab African countries. The genre began to make its way into the country in the late 90s and early 2000s, primarily through the influence of global hip-hop and Arabic language rap from neighboring countries such as Tunisia or Egypt. Young Libyans, especially in urban centers like Tripoli and Benghazi, were introduced to hip-hop through satellite TV channels and other means. At this stage, hip-hop culture was mainly embraced by a small part of the youth as a form of different expression. However, due to the social and cultural context of the country, access to hip-hop and global foreign influence was limited. After 2011, Libya, which had just gone through a revolution, experienced a small pivotal moment for hip-hop in the country. As in other parts of the Arab world, especially during the Arab Spring, hip-hop emerged as a tool for political resistance and youth mobilization. Many young Libyans then began to use rap in that way. At this point, the main voices in Libyan hip-hop were foreign Arab rappers like El General, a Tunisian rapper who talked about oppression and inequalities in his tracks, such as Rais Le Bled, the president of the country, which became an anthem of resistance and rebellion during the Arab Spring, inspiring Libyan artists to express their own grievance and hope for the future. After the fall of Gaddafi and the disillusion of the promises made before the revolution, Libya entered an unprecedented period of instability, with competing factions fighting for power and the country facing ongoing political conflict. Libyan hip-hop artists today continue to use their music to address social and political issues, and the influence from other Arab countries' hip-hop artists is bigger than ever. Locally, not many artists manage to make a name for themselves, let alone live from it. Among the rappers in Libya or from Libya, we can name the US-based rapper Gashi for reference. Moreover, the hip-hop scene in Libya remains relatively small and underground, with a slow or non-existent growth. Hip-hop in Morocco has without a doubt developed into one of the most vibrant scenes on the continent and as one of the most influential in the Arab world. It emerged in the early 90s and has since become a key form of youth expression, blending global hip-hop culture with Morocco's rich musical traditions and social issues. The genre has grown significantly, with artists addressing everything from political unrest to personal identity and struggles for freedom. Like in many other parts of the Arab world, hip-hop was introduced in Morocco through the global spread of American rap and the influence of Francophone rap from neighboring countries, particularly France, where many North Africans had settled. The influence of the French rap scene was particularly strong in Moroccan urban centers like Casablanca, Rabat, and Marrakesh, where young people began to experiment with rapping, DJing, and breakdancing, immersing themselves in the culture. One of the first Moroccan hip-hop groups to gain attention was Casa Crew, formed in Casablanca in the the early 90s. They helped establish hip-hop as a recognizable genre in Morocco, incorporating both French and Arabic lyrics into their music. Other early groups followed suit, mixing the global sound of hip-hop with local dialects and Moroccan Nawa music, Rai, and Charabi, creating a distinct Moroccan style. In the 2000s, Moroccan hip-hop began to take on a more explicitly political tone. The Moroccan youth, facing issues like high unemployment, limited political freedom, and social inequality, found in hip-hop a platform for expressing their frustrations. Emerging groups like HK, formed in the late 90s, became known for their politically charged lyrics, addressing issues such as police brutality, government corruption, and the marginalization of the youth in Moroccan society. They, along with other groups from the early 2000s like Fner or a bit later rappers like Don Big, helped establish a socially engaged hip-hop scene. The Arab Spring uprisings that began in 2011 had a profound effect on the hip-hop scene in Morocco. As protests spread across the Arab world, Moroccan rappers began to speak out more boldly against government repression and inequality in the Arab world, expressing their desire for change. In recent years, Moroccan hip-hop has continued to evolve, with a new generation of artists pushing the boundaries of the genre and gaining wider recognition both at home and abroad. Artists such as Shobi and Draganov continue to blend traditional Moroccan sounds with contemporary global styles like trap, drill, and even reggaeton, creating a distinctive hybrid of local and international influences. Also, thanks to a considerable diaspora, a lot of Moroccan artists have internationally proved themselves while being based in foreign countries and have cemented themselves in the most impactful scenes such as French Montana in the US and L'Artiste in France. Hip-hop is really popular in the Moroccan community despite facing many challenges. Several artists have been arrested or faced legal action for their lyrics, particularly those addressing sensitive issues like corruption or the monarchy. In the 2010s and 2020s, Moroccan hip-hop has increasingly gained international attention, and the genre has also become a bridge between Morocco and the broader Arab diaspora, as well as African and European audiences. Artists from Morocco collaborate with international hip-hop stars, further expanding their reach. The fusion of global stars and local influences has made Moroccan hip-hop one of the most innovative and dynamic scenes in the Arab world. The genre is evolving rapidly, embracing elements of Afrobeat, reggaeton, and global trap while staying rooted in Moroccan cultural traditions. When it comes to Sudan, hip-hop is a relatively young but growing movement, emerging in the early 2000s as a response to the political and social challenges faced by Sudanese youth. Like other parts of Africa and the Arab world, Sudanese hip-hop has been shaped by global influences but also infused with local traditions, languages, and the unique socio-political context of Sudan. Sudanese youth were exposed to hip-hop primarily through cable TV and other outlets, where they discovered global hip-hop stars and regional Arab artists. Due to Sudan's strict political climate and cultural conservatism, the genre has struggled to gain mainstream recognition from the get-go. Sudanese hip-hop became more politically engaged after the 2011 South Sudanese independence and the subsequent conflicts in Sudan, particularly in Darfur and the Nuba Mountains. These socio-political crises, along with ongoing government repression, led many young Sudanese artists to use hip-hop as a platform to address these issues and the challenges of life in a country marked by war and political instability. One of the most defining moments for Sudanese hip-hop came during the 2018-2019 Sudanese Revolution, which saw widespread protests against the regime of Omar al-Bashir, who had ruled the country for nearly 30 years. Hip-hop played a crucial role in this protest, as many artists used their music to rally people to the cause, critique the regime, and express the demands of the people. Arab artists like El General and his music during the Arab Spring were adopted by the Sudanese protesters. Sudanese hip-hop artists used social media platforms to share their messages of resistance and solidarity despite the government's effort to control communication. As of today, it is not easy to measure the importance of hip-hop in Sudan. From an international point of view, the genre is relatively underground and faces a lot of challenges. Local artists do the best they can, but the mainstream artists in Sudan are generally artists from other Arabic countries who have gained popularity in the country by embracing some of their cultural elements or by being relatable to the youth. As for well-known artists originating from Sudan, we can mention Bass or Odyssey. Hip-hop in Tunisia, like much of North Africa, was introduced through the influence of American rap and Francophone hip-hop, that is, hip-hop from France and other French-speaking countries. The genre made its way into Tunisia via cable TV principally, or the internet, where young Tunisians discovered global rap culture. In the early stages, the scene was mostly underground. Tunisian youth, particularly in urban centers like Tunis and Sfax, embraced hip-hop as a way to express their frustrations and create an alternative to the dominant musical styles of the time. Early groups began experimenting with the genre, mixing traditional Arabic sounds with the rhythms and techniques of hip-hop. The 2000s marked a significant shift in the Tunisian hip-hop scene as it began to adopt a more politically charged and socially conscious tone in a Tunisia which faced widespread corruption, censorship, and inequality under Ben Ali's regime. Hip-hop provided a platform for young people to voice their frustrations about the political regime, unemployment, and the lack of freedom of expression. One of the most important figures in this period was El General, a rapper whose politically charged lyrics resonated with Tunisia's delusioned youth with tracks like Rayes le Bled, which means President of the Country, in 2010, which openly criticized Ben Ali's government and was a direct challenge to the regime. The song became an anthem of dissent and played a pivotal role in the Tunisian revolution that began in December 2010. During the revolution, many young Tunisians used rap to articulate their demands for political reform. Hip-hop artists who were once silenced by government censorship became central voices in the public discourse. After the fall of Ben Ali in 2011, Tunisia saw an explosion of creative energy and hip-hop grew in popularity, becoming more mainstream as a form of expression for both political resistance and personal stories. This period also saw the rise of new artists and groups who used hip-hop to address social issues like poverty, unemployment, political instability, like Clay BBJ or Balti, who gained national recognition for their music. The genre's growing influence was further evident as more artists began incorporating trap, reggaeton, and electronic beats, which broadened its appeal. In addition to social and political issues, many Tunisian rappers also explored themes of personal identity, love, and the everyday experiences of young people in Tunisia. The genre helped bridge a gap between different social classes and regions, uniting young people from urban centers with those from more rural areas. Although censorship has loosened in the post-revolutionary period, the government continues to monitor and regulate music that critiques the status quo, especially when it comes to criticizing the Islamist and secular factions in Tunisia's political landscape. Artists still face pressure from various political and religious groups, with some performances being cancelled or blocked by authorities. Hip-hop's often provocative nature, combined with its popularity among youth, makes it a target for censorship. However, the rise of social media and digital platforms has provided artists with alternative channels to distribute their music and reach broader audiences. Today, Tunisian hip-hop is one of the most influential musical genres in North Africa and has begun to gain recognition in the global hip-hop scene. Artists are collaborating with international figures, and the genre's reach is expanding through the reach of internet, contributing to the globalization of Arab and African music. Outside of Tunisia, rappers like Tunisiano or Al Capote, due to their success, have contributed to the expansion of Tunisian rap outside the Arab world. Many younger artists are exploring hybrid genres, blending hip-hop with regional musical styles such as Tunisian folk music and electronic dance music, fusion that has created new possibilities for the genre while maintaining its roots in social and political commentary. Western Sahara is a disputed territory in North Africa that has been at the center of a decades-long conflict between Morocco and the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, SADR. The region of Western Sahara was colonized by Spain until the mid-70s, after which it was claimed by both Morocco and Mauritania. When Mauritania withdrew, Morocco took control of much of the region, leading to the ongoing conflict with the Polisario Front, which seeks independence for the Sahrawi people. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic was declared in 1976, but the region remains largely under control of Morocco, with a large Sahrawi diaspora living in refugee camps in Algeria and other countries. The Sahrawi refugees, primarily in the Tindouf camps in Algeria, have long faced a life of displacement, limited resources, and political stagnation. In this context, hip-hop has served as a tool for Sahrawi youth to raise their voices, tell their stories, and engage with global youth culture, while also addressing the very real issues they face, such as the fight for self-determination, cultural preservation, and the daily challenges of life in the camps. Hip-hop began to gain traction in Western Sahara in the early to mid-2000s, influenced by global rap culture, particularly from Morocco, Algeria, and other parts of North Africa. Early artists were drawn to hip-hop's messages of empowerment, resistance, and the genre's ability to express frustration with social and political issues. Artists from the camps made music to empower themselves and their people, and also to bring attention to their cause. However, the reach of Sahrawi hip-hop remains minor internationally. Yet, their music has connected the Sahrawi cause to the global movements for freedom and human rights, while also embracing the wider North African hip-hop culture. Despite the challenges, the refugee camps are home to a vibrant hip-hop community. This underground scene has been crucial in preserving Sahrawi cultural identity, especially in the face of cultural assimilation efforts from Morocco. Sahrawi hip-hop artists have also garnered international attention, creating solidarity links with hip-hop artists in Algeria, Morocco, and also across the Arab world. Also, some Sahrawi artists have performed at few international music festivals, using the global stage to amplify their political messages and make connections with other activists and musicians.
Comfortably sitting on my sofa, smoking, floating on this fan air, reflecting on the storm. So far, I'm so far from where I come from, so far from it home.